All right.
Okay, now we're recording.
I'm going no cans. Is that all right?
What?
I'm not a big fan of cans.
Really?
That's fine.
I don't, unless we're doing phoners, I don't like them.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, are we going?
Yeah,
Oh, geez.
we've started.
All right. Well, fire it up, sister.
All right.
How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna jizz.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to How Come. This episode is inspired by the fact that Betsy Carroll thinks I was laugh shamed, and that's why I couldn't come for years. We were like, oh, maybe laughter is really tied to like orgasms. So that's what this episode is about. And we have really cool guests. Dan Soder, from Billions and Bonfire.
Hi, hey.
Hi.
I feel like this should be my voice during a sex podcast.
Yeah.
it's good.
Hey, everybody. We're going to talk clinical sexual things.
It's more nice than sexy.
It's
Just like, hey, I won't judge you.
Hands open.
Yeah.
They're
Hands
up
and
here.
hearts.
Hands and hearts, everybody.
And Mark Normand.
Yeah.
Who was great.
Comedy.
Tuesdays with Stories.
Yeah, we-
Our special on Comedy Central. One of the best comedians in New York City.
All
is.
right, what are we doing?
I laughed because
This is
one of my
therapy.
friends
Therapy.
one of my friends recently had you on her podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And she just kept being like, he's friends with Amy Schumer.
Oh, brutal.
And I was like, he's
Brutal.
done so much.
I know.
Wait.
But I get that a lot.
Wait, that was how she was leading like your credits?
Yeah. And just throughout the pod, she'd be like, so, what'd you do today, friend of Amy Schumer? I was like, ah, jeez.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah.
nice gal.
Nice gal.
And,
yeah.
and a Jew.
But,
And
hey.
I learned that you're not a Jew.
I wish.
That's crazy.
It'd be nice.
yeah.
I feel like you're always going after Jew gals.
I like a Jew face.
I would say me and you are similar in that aspect where, like, growing up, I always wanted to be Jewish.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
gives you
What?
something, because we're
gives
just
you-
regular whitey.
Yeah, and they have Yiddish.
Right.
Yeah.
My dad used a lot of Yiddish, even though he's a Swedish alcoholic.
What's your favorite Yiddish?
Oh, weird.
Schwanz was always funny, and
Schwarze.
Schwarz I didn't learn about until I moved to New York.
It's not
yeah.
the
But
greatest
then
one.
Tuchus.
Tuchus is great.
Tuchus is good.
Kvetching.
Yeah, kvetching, schlepping. It's
Schlemiel,
Schlemi-
Schlemazel.
It's all great.
Hasenpfeffer Incorporated.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, Judaism. That's an episode that's coming up, but it's
Oh.
not this one.
I'll call in.
So you guys know the premise of the podcast. I couldn't come. I finally did like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, wow.
On the episode?
On the episode, no.
Oh, that's intense.
Not on the
The
episode.
podcasting has turned a corner.
Yeah, did you get new mics?
Yeah, we do it and we lose all of our gigs. I'm like, I just came on my podcast.
Yeah. I'm offended. Me too'd.
Oh God, he me too'd my eardrums. So you came.
I came
in between episodes.
in between episodes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking reveal.
Who was the guy?
No guy.
Girl?
No.
Animal?
Machine.
Machine.
Yeah.
You go
You're
like this.
taking our jobs.
Norman, you go horse. So when it happened,
Mm-hmm.
so you had, I mean, clearly you started a podcast
Because I was like,
to do it.
yeah.
That's great.
I needed accountability because my sister was always like, she's like, you're honestly just like a lazy masturbator.
Wait, so you just masturbate and then not finish?
Well, yeah, or like I just
What?
get like bored and be like, this isn't working. And the thing is like I needed like a technical tip. Like everybody who listens to this podcast already knows this, but I needed like suction. So there's this like machine
Yeah.
that like sucks on your clit.
I thought you got one of those Garfield ones that stick to the window.
Hang in there.
Yeah, you're like, here we go. When you came, was it just like, what?
Yeah, it was insane, and I cried. It was crazy.
I mean, I bet if I
Whoa.
didn't come till, how old are you?
28.
20.
Oh, my God.
It's-
You'd be a serial
yeah.
killer,
Well,
a
I'd be
school
in
shooter.
Yeah, I'd be in prison.
Yeah.
When was the first time that you came?
Oh, geez. I don't know. 11, 12?
I used to dry hump shit when I was like 7 or 8 years old.
That's a thing.
And I would get to a point where I'd be like, yeah, this is feeling different now.
And then you'd stop?
Yeah, so I think I would like dry heave.
That's what I did. Yeah, nothing came out.
Nothing
It would
came
just be
out. Yeah, and you're just like, hey, now I feel a lot of
Yeah.
shame about this.
Yeah, you'd get a wiggle, like, oh.
Yeah.
You'd have like a willy.
Yeah, and then
I feel like I wouldn't keep doing it if it felt so weird at the end.
It was
like,
a good weird.
It was
Okay.
yeah, it was like a weird where you're like, like yeah, like all right, that was something.
Yeah, relief.
Yeah, and then I would dry hump things until I was like, and then I got to like wrapping my boxers on my dick and then just having sex with it until I came.
Whoa. I don't know
Okay.
that move.
And then because I didn't have a guy in the house to teach me about the thumb, about the wraparound piece.
Right.
What? Wait.
Like, so I was, instead of like jerking with my hand,
Yeah.
I would just fuck like boxers until I come.
What do you mean fuck
I just feel
boxers?
like you have a hand. Like put your hand around your
like
dick.
Pac-
You would
Pacquiao?
think that. What's that?
Like Pacquiao?
What do you mean? Oh,
Bad boxer joke.
Do you remember those jelly things? I saw
Oh
a
my
meme
God, I would've killed
in
for
the
one of those.
90s that
Yeah,
like
you
had
put
like a
your
little
finger-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
killed for that.
Stick your dick in there.
no, but that was like up until I was like 11 or 12, and then and then I started jerking off in my hand.
Yeah.
And that's when I started coming. That's when I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
all right, here
That
we
was
go.
A whole nother ball game. But guys, this is how horny guys are. Guys will get crafty. I had a friend, he took a bike seat that had like a gel seat and he
Yeah.
hollowed it out and we all
What?
fucked it.
That's
We
amazing.
passed that thing around, yeah.
Dude, you did? You guys shared
yeah.
it?
Yeah, well, you know, you clean it.
Yeah.
I
Or you
got
pull it
craft like if like a vibrating razor came out, I'd be like, I'm gonna buy that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Wait,
But it just didn't work. Vibration's not for me.
okay.
Oh, you like insertion.
No, and that's the other. Nope, suction.
Oh,
suction.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like a diet. We all sound like
Yeah.
genital doctors. We're like,
Literally.
of course, that was the
My
diagnosis.
mom has been. She's like, Remy, I think like you could turn the sex thing into like you could be a doctor now. Like you don't have to do
That's so
comedy
funny.
anymore. I'm like, Mom, that's
Are
not
you-
the point.
Are you Jewish? Is that
Yeah.
what? Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
a Jewish mom being like, ah,
Yeah.
you could fall your way into it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next move. Shark Tank.
Yeah.
You got to come up with some Tyson or Dyson
It's
thing.
already exists.
Oh,
it's the
okay.
womanizer. That's how it happens.
It's called the womanizer.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fun.
It's what a shitty
It's
name
a really
for
shitty name. I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
great product, but it's like that's like a negative thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you
No.
got to try the creep.
Yeah. Oh, this one, the weirdo. That one goes in your butt. But it's weird that it's called the womanizer. It's like you leave and your sex toy fucks around with your roommate.
Yeah.
What did you want, baby? I'm a womanizer. I just suck pussy all day.
Oh man, I do the suck move when I go down on
Yeah.
a girl,
You
and,
do?
and it works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people have been writing me and they're like, "Yeah, boys should do that." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't know."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do the suck lap. Like the
what?
like the lick and then into the suck.
Oh, to get the saliva
Yeah.
back. Yeah, it's a good
Whoa.
move.
Yeah, it's a good
Adult.
move.
How old are you?
34.
See, that's things.
I've been eating pussy since I was about 15 years old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First time I went face to face with a vagina, I was a young man.
And
Oh no, it was
Oh, that was terrifying the first time. You're
yeah.
like,
First
Whoa.
time, first time you get down there, it's real face to face, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, we are here.
Yep.
Because I think a penis, I don't know, I've never sucked a dick, but I'm guessing a
I
penis.
was terrified.
But all right, because it's coming at you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right.
And,
The pussy,
oh.
it was like Predator when he takes his mask off, where it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
and you're
right.
like, what the hell are you?
Then there's so many flaps and folds.
Yeah.
It's all wet. Sometimes there's hair. There's a new odd smell you're taking in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you don't learn about pulling up the hood and getting to the clit until you're 18.
I didn't know about it
Right.
until 3 episodes ago, and
What?
I had
How
a
is
vagina
that?
my
That's-
whole life.
no,
I don't
that's
know.
that's the button. That's the
Yeah.
red
I
button.
I didn't know.
Weren't you experimenting in the shower with
Yeah.
water and tubs?
Yes, I did everything, or so I thought. I don't know. Ugh, whatever.
You just
this
missed
is
it.
the off topic because they all know all this shit and they're tired of me. But one thing I thought was interesting was that like 2 or 3 episodes ago, the one where I went to a sex party, Betsy Carroll said to me, she was like, "I think that you are more laugh shamed than orgasm shamed," which I think is a thing. And we were just talking about like my upbringing and the Upper East Side thing,
Yeah.
and I fully believe that laugh shaming is a thing. And
What
that
is laugh
What does
shame?
that mean?
like people would always be like, girls can't laugh too loud, kind of, or like you're laughing like a dude.
What?
Or like even
Whoa.
like, yeah, like,
I've never heard of this.
Laugh
This
shame.
is a lady thing, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you were like, dude, you laugh weird, I'd be like, yeah, that's how I laugh.
Yeah.
No.
And guys like have cool laugh. Like Bill Burr's got a weird laugh, and
Yeah.
that's kind of what makes him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got laugh shamed?
Like people would just be like, you're too, like, especially my mom would be like, Remy, you're so loud. And like, stop.
Oh, that's like
just
a,
like you're so fucking loud.
like a mind fuck.
yeah.
Because
So,
then you're like, can I not laugh?
Right.
yeah.
And you're in the weird business. for
Yeah.
this.
You're like,
Yeah.
we go to the business
Well,
of laughs.
I
Yeah.
mean, Jewish parents don't really want you in this.
Sure,
So-
sure. Not a lot of Jewish comedians.
Well, not ones whose parents are proud
Right.
until
right.
they make
Until
money.
you make Seinfeld
Yeah.
money.
Exactly. But yeah, so I was like, I think like laughing is like kind of similar to orgasms in that like you're like making someone do something and like kind of losing control of themselves.
Yeah, you got to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Let
can see
loose.
that.
And like
Yeah,
be
it is a
honest and
vulnerability.
shit.
It's funny you say that because I used to hook up with a girl years ago, and she was very meek and like nervous and shy. But when she orgasmed, she would laugh during the
Really?
orgasm.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it was you. No, but
Wait, you started laughing? Like, was it?
I laugh a lot during sex.
That would fucking.
Yeah, that's tough.
That would break me.
Not all
I'd be
the
like,
time.
Hey, just a side note, real quick. Can you just like grit your teeth and talk?
Right, yeah. I keep
can't
work
have
at
you-
work.
Yeah, I keep work at work.
Come on.
I just feel like it's another way of like expressing
No,
like that
I mean,
you're
I-
having a good time. Like this
I
is
got
fun.
through it, but the first time was crazy. Like
Yeah,
I was
I would-
standing up, she was on the edge of the bed, and she's like, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you're like, is
losing
this?
it.
Flailing like in Showgirls
Yeah.
in the pool.
You feel like it's the start of a Law and Order episode,
Right.
You're like, is she gonna die? They're gonna think, what is this?
Yeah. The comedian
laughing is-
got his last laugh.
Yeah. Oh man, that's got to be. So you were laugh shamed until like your whole life?
I don't know. Yeah, people were just, oh, you're so loud. Like, yeah, I don't know. It was a
Interesting.
thing. So I actually looked into it though, and there's this article in the Atlantic that my friend sent to me when I first started doing comedy because a lot of my friends didn't want me to do it either. And
in the wealthy world, it's like joining a gang.
it's like
Right.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like people, I would go to parties and people would be like, oh, I see you're really like ingrained in that comedian circle now.
Yeah.
Like you're really in that community. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm really proud of that. Like I love these people. Like they're
Yeah.
great.
It's something you could never do. I don't get where the shame is.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, I think that's also
Is it
why like,
threatened?
it feels like that's what that laugh shaming shit is. It's like someone being jealous that you're laughing and having a good time. So they're like, stop.
Right.
Stop. It's making me realize I'm having a shitty time.
But I feel like that's the same thing with like sex shaming is like especially like the
Oh, yeah.
politicians who are like, don't be gay and like don't get
Oh,
prostitutes.
I
Like they're all
mean-
fucking gay prostitutes.
Right.
suppressing gay stuff's like the classic right-wing political, but like in Japan they suppress it so much that they're into like octopus.
Oh, yeah.
And like it just breaks sideways. Where they're
Right,
like,
right.
They love crazy shit, and that's what happens when you suppress yourself.
We talk about Japan a lot on this podcast. They're crazy.
but like
Oh, crazy.
you know the crazy Christian preachers who are like, it's the devil. So
Oh my God, Nanny's here.
Oh no.
You guys, we're going to take a short break and say hello to my grandmother.
All right, let's ask her some cum questions. I feel like you got to explain that to the listeners.
I'm shooketh.
All right. Well, a lovely elderly gal came in in a wheelchair with
Gorgeous.
Nanny, my grandma.
with a housekeeper. What do you call that?
Floor.
Floor. Yeah, and
She's more than a housekeeper. She helps her out. She's a good friend.
she's like a sidekick.
Yeah.
oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
sidekick is a cool way.
And then we met her. It's very lovely, and she gave us some tips on New York living.
Yeah, Mark and I got hired as pool boys.
And she invited them over to come to the pool whenever
party.
they
That's
want.
right.
She's never done that.
Yeah.
And then she walked on up out of her wheelchair into her room, which
Yeah.
I haven't seen her do in
miracle.
years. She must be
It's
very
a
attractive.
penis miracle.
Yeah.
Men
She
will
is-
pull things out of women.
And she congratulated you on coming.
She did.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Was that a weird thing to get? Oh, you're very close to your grandma. You live with her.
Yeah.
She's your roommate.
Yeah. And I'm very loud and very talkative and
Oh,
I
right.
talk too much and all that shit.
So she heard it and was like,
Yeah.
got it.
So.
Oh no, she didn't hear the coming though.
Oh, I thought she was like,
Oh.
No,
banged
no,
on the
no,
wall.
no, no,
Congrats.
Hey, you did it, huh?
I was just
I mean,
like,
I'm up. You woke me up. That's rude, but I'm happy for you.
You want some pound cake?
Oh my God, that
We'll
would.
whip some up. We'll talk about it.
So were you the girlfriend for years that was always like, "Don't worry, I can't come. It's not you, it's me."
Like
during
I
sex?
didn't think of and I also haven't been a girlfriend that many times. So like yeah.
But with a regular sexual partner, you were never like, hey, listen, just
I
go
just-
shoot your shot.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
think
be,
girls were doing it. I like there's a
Did you think everyone was lying? like it's like
no, because
Yeah.
it's like
everybody's
the
always
food and hook. They're like, it's delicious.
it's delicious.
And you're like, then you finally see it. You're like, it is.
You're
it.
doing it, Remy. You're doing it.
Someone pulls Remy's face.
Yeah.
Hi, Remy. There you are.
Yeah, multicolored cumming.
Yeah.
It happens.
amazing.
Yeah, that's wow.
No, there's like a lot of stuff in like stand up even that's like, oh, and she can't come and she doesn't come and women, like
Right.
women
drives
don't even
me-
enjoy fucking.
It's funny how how your childhood damages you later or it gives you like tools for sex.
Yeah.
Because I have such a problem if a girl can't come. I take
Oh,
it,
Me
really?
too.
I take it
Same.
so personally.
It's like bombing.
Yeah, it really, dude, it really is.
It's the same shit.
The last girl I hooked up with couldn't come. And
Really? Yeah.
I tried to the point where I was like, last time I had sex where I was like, I don't have the physical stamina.
Did you cry?
No, but I was just like, I didn't like it. I was like, man.
You're
Yeah.
just laying in bed next to her like, fuck. What do I have to do? You're sweating. You got like, a headband on.
Yeah,
It's
and
brutal.
you're like legitimately, your core is exhausted.
Yes, yeah, and your tongue hurts.
Yeah, I guess I've been like a good hostess that I've just been like, it's fine.
Yeah, that is.
I'm fine. But
if a
then
girl-
but then it comes out in our actual relationship that I'm like, I fucking hate you and you do nothing for me.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you couldn't even
Yeah.
do it to yourself,
Yeah.
That's
most
the other
girls
thing is
can
I
do
can't
that.
like blame anybody. But the
Right.
thing is someone could have sucked on it a while ago.
that's true. That's true.
True.
Is
That's
what I'm saying.
shocking. That
Someone
never
could have
happened.
flipped the switch a while ago.
Yeah.
But you did.
But yeah, so anyway, my friend sent me this article that was like why men don't find women funny. And it's like less an article about that and more an article about like why women like evolutionarily have to think men are funny in order to want to fuck them.
Huh.
Sure, I think there's
And
some
that-
truth to that, but I don't.
yeah.
I never was like, this woman isn't funny 'cause she's a woman.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, I was just like, oh, Ellen's funny. Or
Yeah,
Paula
Ellen was
Poundstone's
hilarious.
funny.
I loved Roseanne.
Yeah.
Roseanne was
that's
my-
the loophole is like funny people are often smart and thus not intimidated by other funny people. Like usually it's not comics that aren't like women aren't funny. It's just like the
Yeah, I've seen dudes on Twitter just like tweet at me some shit, like even about like when Michelle and I did that web series where they're like, she's actually funny for you know,
Right.
and you're like, yeah, dude, she's one of the best like,
Yeah.
young comics in New York.
Right. I
And it's-
remember. I'm sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
I just remember being like a new comic in New York, and a girl would walk on at a club, and I could see guys be like, "Bathroom time."
Yeah.
Like that's kind of gone away, but I
Yeah.
remember seeing that like 10 years ago.
Yeah. And we started at the same time, but you're right, like the late aughts.
Yeah, like cigarette break.
Yeah.
You know.
That changed in professional wrestling as well.
Oh, really?
Like now the women are heavily featured and they're like people enjoy the matches because that used to be
Ah.
the thing. Like if you're a wrestling fan, when like the divas they were called,
Uh-huh.
they stopped all that. We're just like, all right, they're just gonna have like cool athletic matches.
Yeah.
So I think it does change. I think we're evolving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
UFC
I mean,
too.
No,
Yeah,
but-
UFC. There's like, remember Dana White once said there'd never be a
Right.
female division in UFC.
And I remember hearing that, like, I don't want to watch girls fight. And then you see Rousey, and you're like, oh, this is
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm a huge boxing fan, and I remember Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali, fought, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's great," and I was like, But
Right.
then she was good, and it was
Yeah.
like fun and entertaining. You're like, "Oh no, this is a boxing match."
Yeah, but it is a good thing to say too that like we're evolving.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole thing. Like it says, it's like, oh, you have to. Women had to find like a good mate because you were gonna have a baby, and so you wanted to make sure somebody was smart and was gonna stick around and like take care of the baby. And the one way to find out if someone's smart is if they have a sense of humor, because then it's a way. It's telling
it?
that they can see into your head and like kind of identify with you.
Manipulate. No.
Yeah, or
really.
identify or manipulate.
I agree. I think
Identify is probably the best.
That's
Yeah.
why men tend to try to be funny more. I
Yeah,
think.
and that so men grew to try to be funnier
Right.
so that women would fuck them, and then women, in order to be like more attractive, would be like hee hee hee.
Yeah, but I want to say on the sports thing,
Yeah.
WNBA still
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
So that's
Sorry,
that'll never change.
We can't.
Definitely, no.
Football or basketball is just tough.
Can't
I
cause
agree.
miracles.
That's the one piece out of the pro women part that we just had. That's the one piece that someone would be like, I have a big problem
Right.
with Mark Norman and Dan Soder saying the WNBA is not as good as the NBA.
Uh-huh.
We were just saying that fighting and all that stuff.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Don't have a problem. It's true. Like the hoops are lower, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they are.
I don't think so. I think they
They're
play
not?
with,
Oh, well, that's why there's less dunking.
yeah, they play with 10 feet hoops.
Well, then the hoops should be
10 feet
lower, and then
rims.
maybe it would be more fun to watch.
There
True.
you go.
That's very true. Yeah.
Because that's
Interesting.
not really fair, like to have for evolution's
'Cause women are
sake. Like we're shorter.
generally, yeah.
We just are.
Yeah.
There
There's
you
no
go.
8 feet
there's no
rims.
Andrea the Giant.
Oh.
Aha. That's the
Might
title of
be.
the ep. Andrea.
So another thing that was in this article though that I found was interesting was they did like a study of like how many people think having a good sense of humor in a partner is important. And like it was 80% basically on both sides being like, yeah, very important. The only thing is a sense of humor to a woman is somebody who makes funny jokes, and a sense of humor to a man is somebody who laughs at my jokes.
Oh, I hate when guys say that.
Yeah.
I like a woman who laughs at my jokes. I'm like, so what does that mean? You never mentioned the quality of your jokes.
It means your jokes stink. And
Right.
You have to find a niche audience.
Yes.
I mean, I like both. I think you should like both.
Well, it has to be a good bit.
I'll tell you this:
Yeah.
the ex-girlfriends that I miss the most are the funniest ones.
Yeah, they're
Because
fun.
I miss the ones where you're like, oh man, there's nothing better than being naked and funny with someone. You're
Yes.
just like laying in bed with someone and you're like just being silly or stupid or just make each other laugh.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah, there's an ex-girlfriend that had a great sense of humor that was like my probably, and she was gorgeous, but that
Yeah.
was like my favorite thing about her is I liked her
yeah.
sense of humor because she made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because she was funny. She would like actually say really funny shit.
Yeah, and then you can actually respect the person. Like the worst thing to me, I had an ex-boyfriend who I would tell him jokes in private and he would never laugh at them.
Yeah,
and then
that's
I would
tough.
tell them in public and people would be like, ah, ha, ha, and he'd be like, ah, ha, ha, it's amazing. And I was like, you piece of
What?
shit. You
Yeah,
didn't
it
even
sucks.
get
Get
it
rid
the
of
first
him.
time. Well, I did.
Yeah.
yeah.
That sucks. No wonder you weren't coming.
Yeah, that guy doesn't care about you coming at all.
Yeah.
He's fake laughing at your jokes at
Yeah.
parties. Get out of there.
What would you be more offended by, someone fake laughing at your jokes or someone faking an orgasm?
fake laughing at my jokes?
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
be appalled.
Fake
Yeah.
orgasm.
Fake orgasm, whatever. There's sometimes you need to get done or you want to go to bed. I get it.
She's trying to help at least.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Fake
this
orgasm is
over with.
still a polite thing.
Is it polite?
Sometimes.
I feel like it's a liar.
I dated a girl for a while. She was like, I will never fake an orgasm. And
That's how I feel.
kind of respected that.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
it.
that
That's
was
like
her stance.
She's like a Three Musketeer.
She's like, I hate blacks and Jews, but I will never fake an orgasm.
I will never fake an orgasm. I will never lie to you, Mark. You will get a positive feedback.
She was like the guy from Princess Bride.
Yeah.
I
Inigo Montoya,
Thank
you
you.
killed my father.
I will never fake an
Prepare
orgasm.
to not fake an orgasm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's just important to have a sense of humor. I think it's a must-have.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
couldn't date somebody with jokes just going over her head.
That happened.
all that stuff. That is
Have
brutal.
you done that? Have you dated someone like that?
Briefly, it'll last like 2 weeks. I'm
Yeah.
like, I got to get out. This is crazy.
And then you have that moment where you're like, you're not getting anything I'm saying, are you?
Yes.
and
And
then
you're
they're
like,
huh? And you're like, wow. we're done
Exactly. What is that? That to me is the biggest turnoff. Just like, you just say all this stuff, and she's like, uh-huh. And you're like, none of that sunk in
here.
at
None
all.
of that.
That
I
kills
got
me.
I got into a fight with an ex-girlfriend where I was like, this is the scene from White Men Can't Jump when Rosie Perez gets a glass of water. And she was like, I've never seen that movie. And so I showed her the clip.
I've never seen that movie.
Right? And this is double worse because I'm watching her watch the clip.
Yeah.
And then she watches the clip from White Man Can't Jump and she goes, I don't think that's funny. That's not how it was. And I was like, yeah, that was just one of the thousands of signs that I should have got out. But I was like,
That's like a
Especially-
relationship ruiner.
When you know you have a great reference and someone doesn't get it,
Yeah.
it's a bitch.
oh, yeah, just find
That's
someone
what
that
makes it tough to date foreign people too.
Yes.
'Cause they don't know anything.
Yes.
And they're like, you're like at that school, with the gossip girls. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I am not like at the school with the gossip girls.
Or age gap.
But you can, I think it's important. You can find, like, I'm 34. I could probably find a 27 or 28-year-old girl who could get most of my references. It's
Yeah.
just if you find someone that can get
Yeah.
somehow the way they grew up or with their interests, or maybe they had an older brother that was into
Or they
similar
watched
shit.
a lot of like VH1. I love the
Yeah.
80s and 90s.
Yeah, then like just picked it up.
Yeah.
But there really is, you have to get someone that likes your
Yeah,
references.
yeah. It
For
hurts.
sure. Are you normally monogamy dudes or are you chuckle fucking? I know Dan said he's not chuckle fucking anymore.
Not even anymore. I never
Or you
did.
never did?
I don't trust that shit.
Well, okay, so for people who are listening that don't know what a chuckle fucker is, it is a person who goes to shows with the intention of fucking a comic.
I mean, I've fucked women after shows, but
Yeah?
chuckle fuckers are like a specific thing, I
Or
think.
more
like a
like a
groupie.
groupie?
I think they're like more of a groupie where you're kind of like, they're around, they try to fuck multiple comics.
How do you cite one?
You just see him around and you're like,
See him over and over.
you see him over and over again, and then you hear, and then someone like Norman comes up to you and goes, she fucks.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, whoa, okay. And then it's just, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't touch her. She fucked Dustin Diamond. You're like,
Yeah,
all
you're
right.
like, "Eee, I heard Michael Winslow. Noisy. But yeah, I've hooked up with women after shows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
okay.
best.
Yeah.
That's the best because you've already made them laugh. Now you want to make them come.
Well, no, you just don't have to do any work because fucking
Yeah.
ramen takes a lot of work,
Yeah,
and
the
time,
date-
and money.
It's like, you know how like in they used to have space shows where they take food as pills. And
Yeah,
they get to
yeah.
It's like that, but with a date.
That's a
You're
great
like,
analogy.
Yeah.
you're like, hey, you can just watch me real quick for 15 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and you'll know some dark stuff and some fun stuff, but you'll
But
know
you'll
I'm
feel
fun.
comfortable with who
Yeah.
I am, and
And
that
yeah,
also-
you've got the gist.
But that's why I don't do it, and that's why my therapist, old A-Rock, told me not to date because you're immediately on a different pedestal.
100%.
And I've never liked that. Like
Yeah.
the girls that I've dated, I've met either on Bumble or Raya, by the way, all those apps, I just met one girl and dated her for a while. Like,
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, like I just met a girl. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
But because after a show, they know you, but you don't know them,
Right.
and that's a weird feeling.
Yes.
Because they're like, there was one girl wasn't dating. I was like texting with her, and she lived across the country, so we were like texting, and I was going to go out there, and she listened to fucking every podcast.
I've had
Yeah,
the same thing.
and-
That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah,
It's terrifying.
That's
Like,
really
what did I talk about on
scary.
that one?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh man.
And she knew it was, but by the way, the conversation suffered because it was just about her. So finally, after like 3 days, I was like, all right, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
and she's like, what's up? I'm like, you just talk about yourself. That's all we talk about. And she was like, I was like, go back and read the texts. Like, you can read the texts
Yeah.
right there. And then she apologized and was like, I've just been listening to podcasts with you on it. And I was
Right.
like,
Because so
"You're
she doesn't
making it
even
worse."
but she doesn't even get time to like miss you.
Yeah.
Because like when she hears you in her ear, then she thinks you're having conversation, but you're not even privy to that conversation.
It's
but
weird.
That's very strange.
But you
I
had
think
this.
fans do that too. You know, you meet a fan, he's like, I've been listening to you for 20 years, and you're like, do you want to talk, or
Yeah.
am I just going to listen to you? And that's kind of what she did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it is with Tuesdays with Stories if you ever get heckled with jokes from your podcast.
Yeah.
But like people, when
hate
you're
it.
doing your act, they'll be like, hey, yell something out from your podcast or radio show, and you're like, guys, that's cool that you know that, and I know what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to show me support by
Yeah.
being like, I listen to your thing, but this is a different thing.
Yeah.
These are
Yes.
jokes.
Yeah.
Like, this is an act. Like, please.
No, audience doesn't. Sometimes they think they're helping.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
but women, after shows, it is that. It's like you don't know them, but they know you.
Yeah.
Right. And but it is nice when you just want to sleep with them. You're
Yeah.
a dating guy.
Yeah.
But like, when you think about it from a guy's standpoint,
That's like the perfect recipe
Yeah.
for a one night stand.
the
Yeah.
process from getting a girl's number to actually putting a penis inside of her body is a long and a lot of steps if you want to do it legally and consensually.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is just getting us comfortable with who you are. If
Exactly,
we already
which-
know who the fuck you are, we're in.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying. So this
Yeah.
just cuts it all down to
Yeah.
like 10 minutes.
I think when I drank, I slept with a lot more audience members.
Yeah.
Because when I drank, you drink and you have beers after the show.
You got
and
somewhere
then
to go,
you
something
got
to do.
Yeah, and you're kind of like, do you want to go to this bar? And then
Right,
you're drinking,
right.
and then that was great. But when I quit drinking, I was like, how do
You're
you
like,
know
I
so
can-
much about me?
I can see you all now.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It's
It's not pretty.
Now I smoke weed, so now I get scared. I'm like, are you mad at me?
Right.
The stuff that I said.
Well, the tough thing is after you sleep with an audience member the next morning, because you're like, I'm not like funny all the time. You know, like
Right.
I'm hungover. I want to get the free breakfast. Is that weird that you're here? And I like, do you want to come with me? I just want to leave. So that part's tough.
And then, well, I mean, like, do you care if that they find you disappointing in the morning, or are
I
you
think
just
about
trying to
that's
get
all
out?
I'm thinking about the whole time.
Really?
Like, I'm boring. I'm a boring guy. I'm an introvert. I'm quiet.
I'm just trying to get away.
Yes.
The second in the morning, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like all that stuff I
I
was
didn't want to
pretending.
do this. You wanted to do this.
Everything I was pretending to care about. Oh, you were on a track team. Get out of here.
Oh,
I
have you
actually
ever-
don't care about that now.
Have you ever forgot, like, she'll tell you, like, a sibling's name or, like, a friend's name, and then in the morning be like, that's Patsy texting me, and you're like, who's Patsy? She's like, I told you
My
last night.
fucking
And you're like,
sister.
Oh,
you
fuck.
asshole.
All the time.
yeah, you're like, fuck.
We're
I was-
dating now. We're going
yeah.
to brunch with my parents.
I was
Oh,
like,
God.
oh, no.
Brutal.
That's why I don't miss drinking. I don't have those now. Weed,
that part's
weed it
tough.
has to be, like, exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right. What do you do? Do you lay it all out as a high guy? Like, hey, I'm gonna want to leave in the morning. This
Yeah.
isn't a date.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And also, it's sex with people that I kind of know. I don't have sex with strangers.
Me neither.
I have to
Yeah.
that was not an alcohol thing.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely a weed thing of like I have to like know you, and
Yeah.
there has to be an attraction. I don't know. That's like a weird thing. It's like I've had every time a girl's like given me a number or tried to hang out after a show, I've never hooked up. But the last time I hooked up with someone after a show was a staff member at a comedy club because I knew her by the third night.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And we had been flirting, and I was
Yeah.
like stoned, and she's like, "You want to go to your, like, let's smoke weed?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I know what this is.
Yeah.
I'm an adult."
Interesting. See, I have this problem. Like, I'm seeing someone now, and it's going well, but I'm turned on by the stranger aspect. Like, this is just purely
See,
objectifying, sexual, primal. There's no, like, feelings.
With those people, though, do you care if they come?
I still want to please them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's
You're
just
very
my own
giving
ego.
people.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I mean, it's like, I didn't care if I was never going to see the girl again. I would,
Still got to kill.
Still got to murder.
Bury
Yeah.
my If I like a
Bury my
girl,
face.
I'll just bury my face.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to, I don't know how to approach this subject, but I once
Please.
hooked up with a girl who was from a wealthier background. And I could tell that no one had gone down on her the way I went down on her.
Paris Hilton?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a risky run,
Yeah,
buddy.
I don't want to go down on that.
But it was like, maybe I'm wrong.
No, there
and I
must be something in the water on the Upper East Side or wherever she was from.
But it was just like, get in, I think when I like a person, it matters more for me to make them come.
Yeah.
But if I'm hooking up with one night stand, I still want them to come.
Yeah, of
But I'm
course.
saying if I like a person, I'm like,
yeah.
I want to change your perception.
Yes, that might be the blue collar
Yeah.
in us a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, you go to work.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
some of these Upper East Side, they're a little hoity-toity.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to roll their...
sweat.
Talk to my father about your orgasm. He'll
Yes, yeah, he'll make some phone calls.
Yeah.
He maybe can get you to come on Thursday. Yeah, we're like,
Right.
hell, I could do it about 2 p.m. this afternoon.
Exactly. I'm going to roll my sleeves up
Yeah.
and get into it.
Well, I figured there'd probably be a lunch break in between somewhere, so I get this done lickety split.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
need one cigarette and I'm good to go.
Mind if I smoke? But it really is like, but I care for me. It matters more if I like the person. Like if I'm really
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's
sure.
definitely removing alcohol because when
Yeah.
I drank, I still wanted everyone to come, but I was just like, what's up?
Right. Also,
But
you're gonna
sloppy about
Oh.
it.
you're gonna
God.
see the girl you like again. So you
Yeah.
want if you don't make the
Yeah.
one night stand come, you're like, well, she lives in Toledo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you just see a lot of people on the road too.
Yeah.
So like they
Road's
can't
what's-
even come and stalk you.
it's
This is
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Oh,
see, I disagree. I have
Okay.
a fear of road.
What?
I have fear of having sex with women on the road because I was
Roadkill?
roadkill.
Roadkill.
Welcome to the roadkill tour. It's Mark and Dan just fucking everything on the road.
Pay the toll.
Pay the toll. Pay the toll. But my dad took off on me when I was a kid, so I have a weird thing about I don't want to get anyone pregnant, and then people are like use condoms or whatever, and you're like,
Oh.
you don't know how that's gonna
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
You don't know if that's not 100. Doctors say that all the time. Condoms are not 100%. Not 100% for birth control.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to fuck someone and then have a kid in Albuquerque
Oof.
in 3 years, and they're like, you got a son, and then that's gonna fucking wreck me.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're not going to
totally.
be one of those people who's okay with him just
No, I
being
know
there.
that.
Yeah,
That-
you'd have to move.
An ex-girlfriend
Or
years
be
ago-
like, come to New York.
Yeah, years ago,
Ugh.
an ex-girlfriend and I had
I
a
don't know.
pregnancy
We're like
scare.
planning for Dan's not born
But
That's why I
child.
don't fuck on the road. That's why I
yeah.
don't fuck on the road.
Yeah.
The idea of some kid in Phoenix and you're on Conan, he's like, that's my dad.
And you're like, oh.
That's
Or
heartbreaking.
He's watching Billions. Oh, he doesn't even get it. He's a child, but just to
God.
see his father.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man. Yeah, no thanks.
He's like, I'm a camper.
Oh, that break my heart.
Inside, maybe too
Yeah,
inside.
that's too inside. That's inside baseball, but appropriate. I
All
think.
right.
But yeah, that really is why I don't have sex on the road because I just don't want to have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that
well,
makes sense.
Condoms, I think you're fine with condoms. And
But I like.
See, I
like
think
it
you need
so
to be
much
more careful the more your celebrity increase. Like,
right.
people are going to poke holes in shit.
Ooh.
Like, have you ever felt that somebody's like, this is a completely separate thing, something trying to trap you, but somebody's trying to fuck you to get to one of your friends?
Ooh.
Maybe Schumer dates.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was opening for her back
Yeah.
in the day, I think there was some like, oh, I'll come to your hotel. Is Schumer going to be there?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, she's staying here.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, can we meet her after? And I was like, sure.
Yeah.
How great would it be if Amy came in and shook hands after you guys had sex? Hey, how are you? That's how good of a friend she was. Amy Schumer, train wreck. Nice to see you. Mark, pickups at 6:15. All right, I got to take off.
She's doing like a meet and greet.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go, oh, that was great.
Sign her tit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, how good was it? He's like, you get the meet and greet. Get in here, Amy.
You get one photo.
You get a photo, and it's got to be her taking the selfie.
Right.
See, we were talking about Raya before. There was one guy I went on like 2 dates with, and he kept dropping that he worked at the same furniture company as her ex-boyfriend, I
Yeah.
guess, or whatever. And I was like, I don't care. Like, that's not going to make me see you again.
Right.
Like,
Weird.
That
stop
is so
trying to
weird.
sell this person that you don't even, like, you're not
Handsome.
even tight with.
Isn't Raya
Weird.
just like, I was on it for a short amount of time
Yeah.
until I met my ex, but isn't it like just handsome dudes building stuff?
It's handsome dudes building stuff. It's like people who are like making music, like a lot of beats.
Oh,
lot of
cooking up
beats.
beats in the
Cooking up
laboratory?
beats.
Hate beats.
Hate beats. I just,
So sick of beats. We've
just-
got all the beats we need.
yeah, guys, we're good.
Yeah.
A lot of people doing art.
Art,
Yeah.
really
With
creative.
huge studios. You're like, what are you selling your art for?
Oh, that ain't studio ain't
Nothing.
paid for art.
Yeah.
He's got overalls but no shirt. And they're all stained
Ooh,
with
side
paint.
abs.
Yes, obliques. And he's got a huge
How
canvas.
did I even find a girlfriend on that app? She must have just been like, I hope this guy's funny.
Well, did you put like a Conan pick?
No,
I was on Bumble. It was
no,
like
I
my
should've.
first one was Conan.
Yeah,
my second
when
pick was
you're
Colbert.
trying to date, you're not trying to like sell yourself as like a
Yeah.
comic,
Yeah.
right? Are
She
you?
Oh,
didn't
I
know-
did. I
She
did.
didn't know I was a comic until our first date.
Wow, that's like I feel like that's the only interesting thing about me, or else I'm just a regular 5'9" guy.
Hey, come on.
I mean, come on.
You've got a lot.
I mean,
dude.
as a swiper, no one's like
But
reading
that's
in.
why.
But I
So
mean, like
think
your
the next-
face is more attractive. Like both of you are objectively good-looking men, which is why I brought you on this
Oh,
specific episode to talk
jeez.
chuckle fuckers, because I know people are going after you. I know people are sliding into those DMs. Like, so
Yeah.
you're gonna get swiped right.
I don't know. I
No
mean,
comment.
You're gonna have no comment on the DMs. You haven't
Well,
gotten a nasty ass DM.
I've had many, but I'm saying that's because I'm a comedian. It's not because of
Okay.
my face or anything.
Right.
You know.
yeah, if we weren't comics, we would
But
just
there's
be
a lot of-
okay looking dudes.
Yeah, exactly. With
We're
t-shirts
just-
on.
Yeah, we'd be like this. Why are you dressed like you're always sad?
Right,
I'm like, I
right.
don't know, because I kind of am. But it's
Yeah, we look like old skateboarders.
yeah, we really do. We look like we run our own skate shop.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, what's up? I'm
That's
Shelby.
great.
That's
Yeah,
Topher.
Right. He's high in the middle of the day. I'm
Yeah.
hungover right now.
This is
As
so-
We're
long
in
as
a
you
grandmother's
live in
apartment.
like Portland or Palo Alto,
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
what's
cool.
up?
Toast to the town.
Right.
Hell yeah. What's
Yeah.
up, Remy? Welcome back to our skate shop.
Welcome back.
It's great to see you. We're just having a blessed day. I just ripped a banger.
Yeah.
Just waxing up my board.
Yeah. But outside of comedy, I think we're just, yeah.
I don't know. I think you're still funny people. Like you'd probably have
Sure.
some job. You wouldn't live in a gutter. You're like,
Yeah. No, I'm self-made. I don't even know if
Yeah, I think all that helps.
think
Like all
that's-
that ties in. You know, it's like when you go to a female strip club. Every guy comes out as a cop or a fireman because you got to have something to tie him to.
Yeah, a good
You need-
union job.
Yeah, he's a smoking hot guy, but you need more than that. You need
yeah,
some depth.
yeah.
And
totally.
you're like, okay, yeah, this guy's an accountant.
Right.
I
Right.
love that
This
about
guy
him.
probably clears $100K a year easy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Jonathan.
Like the girl I'm seeing now, she's like, it turned me on that you took a risk and moved to New York and tried to become a comic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would have never thought about that.
It's so funny that I
that's
was
Isn't
one of
that
the
weird?
things I like
Isn't
about
it?
my boyfriend. Like, yeah, I'm
Isn't
like,
it?
you
That's insane.
That's
got
women,
here.
though.
No, but you got here. I grew up here. This is like
But-
whatever,
Right.
stupid to me.
So Norman and I moved to New York within 6 months of each other.
Yeah, you think?
I moved January 2007.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm September 2007.
Yeah, but we immediately, like, since 2007 have been hanging out. And it's weird because we've talked every aspect of comedy that
Yeah.
I think you can. But that's something I've never realized is that women would find it attractive
Exactly.
that we moved. Because
Hell yeah.
to us, him and I were just battling it out for so many
Yes,
years that
yeah.
you're like, we'd be at Cabin Bar, be like, free PBR,
Yes,
this is great.
exactly.
We're like, this is great. And then now to be like, in our 30s and women be like, I find that to be a very sensual quality.
It
Yeah.
is-
What?
Yeah.
But it's funny because you find that attractive now.
Now.
But when I was,
Now.
surrounding
23.
drink tickets and
Yeah.
free pizza.
Ain't no one liked it when I was sleeping on a futon in Hoboken.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I was in Crown Heights getting mugged.
Yeah.
Drinking my
oof.
face off.
Oh, I did hook up with a girl though because of the St. Patrick's Day parade in Hoboken.
Huh?
cool.
That was pretty cool.
That's pretty trashy.
Yeah.
I think that's the trashiest thing you've said so far.
Oh, I could go real trashy.
Yeah?
You don't know how far down. I lived in Tucson for 5 years.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
I worked at a local radio station, so it got real dicey.
Wow, man.
You want to go? You want to get dicey? You go to Tucson, Arizona, where meth is popular. No, it's
Tina? They don't call it Tina there?
is that what it's called?
Yeah, like because you get like a 16er.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
I only know that because I have a friend who worked in fashion, and he had a psycho boss. And the first day he came, she goes, "You like to party, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she's like, "You do coke?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "And Tina?" And he's like, "What is Tina?" She's like, "Meth." And meth
so
was like
funny.
really big in fashion.
That's
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
because I've worked in places like when I worked in Alaska, all the dudes in processing would smoke meth to work. So it's weird that I've heard meth turn around now and be like high fashion, like
Yeah,
That's crazy.
meth.
skinny. What's funny is just some Filipino dude named Neil, like, we go 19 hours, bro.
Right, right.
Like, you want to keep working? And you're like, God.
Well, I mean, in college, Adderall was
Yeah.
huge. Like, kids were snorting Adderall when I was in college.
Yeah. Well, meth is in now. I got to get going.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, yeah, this has been a very
Did we get an
fun-
hour in?
ish. I don't need an hour.
That Meemaw took a few minutes.
Yeah.
But it was
Nana.
great meeting her.
But it was so Nanny. Meemaw's
Nanny.
the other one actually.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
there you
nice. I
go.
like you double
And-
down on it.
And she's still alive too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I
Lucky
know.
you.
Lucky me.
Does she have a great apartment? We can go there for the next step.
Yeah.
She's out of the city. She's if you want to go to the mall, grandma, then you hang out with her.
Oh,
Perfect.
got it.
Question for you: would you rather laugh for the rest of your life and not be able to come, or come for the rest of your life and not be able to laugh?
Well, I mean, I'd laugh and not come.
Amazing.
Easy. I don't
Same.
even think that's like
Yeah.
cool. I don't know. I
Let's-
can still get hard, right? I can still
Oh,
do,
totally.
I can
It
still
still
do the
feels
job.
good.
Yeah.
Still feels good.
Yeah.
Laugh all day.
Do I still have an orgasm and nothing comes out?
No.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'll still take it.
Still
Okay.
take laughing.
I'll still take laughing.
yeah, and sex itself is like still pretty fun.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fooling
Hey,
around,
You
kissing.
get
Oh
a
my
great
God.
stamina.
Are you kidding me? Be the talk of the town.
Right.
Like, you've been dicked down by this dude? He doesn't have an off switch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he laughs at everything. I have to laugh to overcompensate.
This is me coming.
Yeah.
I used to take assignments every episode from my guests to make me come, but
Yeah.
since I've done it, what would you suggest to the average non-coming
Do what
woman?
feels good until you come.
Okay.
I'd say try putting something in the old pooper. I mean, just, I don't know where to go from here, you know?
I think that's actually like a good. People like butt plugs, and Christina Hutchinson on a recent episode said she had a butt orgasm. So yeah,
Really?
put a butt plug in your butt this week.
There
Put
you
something
go.
There
up
it is.
there. Just
And tell us how it is.
just past
Yeah.
that one. There's going to be one rung and then another one. Just get it.
Yes.
Second one.
Get the colorful ones, and as Dave Attell says, they all come out the same color in the end.
Can you guys remind people where to find you on social media? And how they-
At Dan Soder and dansoder.com. Mm-hmm. God bless.
At Mark Norm and marknormancomedy.com. And check out Tuesdays with Stories and The Bonfire.
Bonfire.
yeah, I just have to ask this at the end of every episode to be courteous. Did you finish, Mark?
Oh, yes, sure. Big finish. Thank you.
Great. Dan, did you finish?
I did early.
I need a towel.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you for coming. And we'll see you next time on How Come.
I came from Nanny. All right.
It's not you, it's me. I try so hard to finish honestly. They say you'll know when you go all the way from A right down to O. Oh no, I think that I still got a ways to go. Oh, I'm sick of this and I have got to know. How come? How come? How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna jizz